See, my perception is that we have kind of peaked off for a bit, and that is strengthened by the FI sales we are continuously seeing. The positivity that was there, that was driving the banks up. See, last rally was a narrow financials rally, and if financials start to give way, I think the market also, beyond choppiness, may get to lower levels like 11,700, 750, and things, they just kind of build on to each other. So I don't think these are dips that you want to buy into. Today, Asia, etc., is positive, but I'd like to see follow through on downside on banks and Nifty before we think about moving lower. But I don't think we are easily going to cross 12,000 now, so that becomes a stop for all your short positions, and slowly we'll get down to 11,750. Similarly, on banks, you can sell with a stop say around 31,600 and look for targets of about 3,800. Even a minor correction on bank Nifty will be about 1,500 points thereabouts. I think PSU banks will continue to face a sell-off. The trading rally on particularly mid-cap PSU stocks, PSU banks may be over. So Bank of Baroda is a sell with a stop of 100, target of 92. BOI is a sell with a stop of 71, target of 64. Canara Bank is a sell with a stop of 213, target of 198. TCS and Infosys continue to remain biased, basically because it appears that IT is completing some sort of correction. So in any kind of upside, Infosys is a buy with a stop of 710, and we look for targets of 732. On TCS, you can use a stop of about 2080 and maybe look for targets of about 2200.
Markets are finding significant barriers in the 12,100, 12,150 area. Despite the fact that we made a lifetime new high, we aren't actually succeeding in crossing that and staying there. So the trade is that we should now be looking at some kind of a minor correction. The first stop for this correction seems to be 11,800. So I would expect the markets to slowly drift. But the key point is that it is a correction, it's not a downtrend. Corrections are painful. We could see a market rally, then come down and slowly come to the first support level of 11,800. So the view is that we should build short positions anticipating 11,800, not immediately at the open, but on rallies. And your stop is 12,100. I don't think we are going there. So take short positions for a small decline. Well, it's a mixed list, and because markets will go up and down both, and which is why my stops for the Nifty short are 12,100, very wide. So I have IDFC First Bank as a short sell. Just to repeat, all short sells should be done only intraday. The stock has faced significant resistance at 47. It is one of the weakest of the private sector stocks. So I'm expecting more downside here. It's already started the decline. UPL is a short. If you see the UPL charts from a high of 750, it's slowly sliding down to 560, 570, and that slide should continue. So there are two short selling ideas, two buying ideas in safe havens. Colgate is a buy. That stock is giving us strong rallies, minor declines. I think there's a positional trade also here apart from the short term trade. And Tata Elxsi is a buy, a big range, wide range thrust on the upside. Saw some cooling on Friday. I think that should resume on the upside. So stay with good quality mid cap stocks for the long side and weak stocks on the short side.
So I'm actually working with similar targets as to what Sudarshan has highlighted. 11,830, 820 was also a swing low, as well as there are a couple of moving averages placed over there. So I think 11,830 broadly give and take few points to about 11,960 could be the immediate range, and I would be comfortable taking some kind of short positions on the indices, especially if I was to sell on the call options. I have a mix of buy and sell ideas. So Century is a buy if it gives you a minor decline to about levels of 485, 483. That's the zone to buy. Keep a stop below 475. and look at targets of 505. Also buy on Kotak Bank around 1670 mark, buy with a stop at 1650 for targets of around 1720. Two sell calls. Gas Authority has broken a very key support area, so that's a sell with a stop at 121 for targets of 110, and a sell in Cummins with a stop at 532 for targets of 500.